At least two strategic B-52 Stratofortress bombers are believed to have taken off from the U.S. Andersen Air Force Base in Guam, to fly to parts of the East China Sea on Thursday, May 12, 2019. The Taiwanese newspaper said, released by SputnikNews.com. The B-52 Stratofortress is an American strategic bomber designed and built by Boeing and operated by the U.S. Air Force since the 1950s. According to reports, the bomber passed the Miyako Strait, a waterway between Japan's Miyako Island and Okinawa Island, before flying over the East China Sea near the coast of Taiwan and what the Chinese called part of its territory. B-52 activates their automatic surveillance broadcast system to make their presence in flight routes known, Asia Times reported, citing a Taiwanese news outlet. However, apart from the report, the Taiwan Ministry of Defense has not yet confirmed whether U.S. fighter planes fly over parts of the East China Sea. In March 2019, two Stratofortress B-52H bombers flew over the East China Sea for integration training mission by the U.S. Navy and the Japanese Self-Defense Air Force. 1 month later, two B-52s reportedly flew about 250 kilometers from the coastline of Guangdong, a province in southeast China, and spun over the Pratas Islands controlled by Taiwan before returning to Guam. According to reports, the U.S. Air Force has deployed B-52 bombers into the East and South China Seas in rotation since January 2018. The South China Sea contains many islands, coral reefs and shoals which are currently controlled and occupied by the People's Republic of China but are also still ownership as discussed by several other countries, including Vietnam, Taiwan, Cambodia, Brunei and the Philippines. Apart from the large amount of international sea trade that passes through the area, it is also believed to contain large amounts of unexplored oil and natural gas reserves. China, Japan and South Korea disagree over their exclusive economic zone, which gives the country the right to use its marine resources in the East China Sea. The Boeing B-52 Stratofortress is a long-range, subsonic strategic American bomber. The B-52 was designed and built by Boeing, which continues to provide support and improvement. It has been operated by the United States Air Force (USAF) since the 1950s. The bomber is capable of carrying up to 70,000 pounds (32,000 kilograms) of weapons, and has a typical combat range of more than 8,800 miles (14,080 kilometers) without air fueling, beginning with a successful contract offer in June 1946. The B-52 design evolved from a straight-wing aircraft powered by 6 turboprop engines to the final prototype of the YB-52 with 8 turbojet engines and swept wings. The B-52 made its first flight in April 1952. Built to carry nuclear weapons for Cold War-era prevention missions, the B-52 Stratofortress replaced the B-36 Convair. As a veteran of several wars, the B-52 only dropped conventional ammunition in combat. The official name B-52 Stratofortress is rarely used, unofficially. The plane has become commonly referred to as Buff Big Ugly Fat Fucker, fella. The B-52 has been in active service with the USAF since 1955. As of June 2019, 58 were in active service, 18 were in reserve, and about 12 more were in long-term storage. The bombers flew under the Strategic Air Command (SAC) until the aircraft was established in 1992 and the aircraft was absorbed into the Air Combat Command (ACC) in 2010. All B-52 Stratofortresses were moved from ACC to the newly created Air Force Global Strike Command (AFGSC). Superior performance at high subsonic speeds and relatively low operating costs have kept the B-52 in operation despite more advanced aircraft, including the Mach 2 plus B-58 Hustler. The cancelled Mach 3 B-70 Valkyrie, variable geometry B-1 Lancer, and Spirit B-2 secretly. The B-52 completed 60 years of continuous service with its original operator in 2015. After being upgraded between 2013 and 2015, the B-52 is expected to be used until the 2050s. The proposed variant of the B-52H is B-52H, which consists of 16 B-52H airframes that are modified and supplemented with additional electronic jamming capability. This variant will restore the ability of the USAF air congestion lost due to the retirement of the EF-111 Raven. This program was cancelled in 2005 after the abolition of funds for the stand-off jammer. The program was revived in 2007, and was cut again in early 2009. In July 2013, the Air Force began upgrading technology throughout the B-52 bomber fleet called Combat Network Communications Technology (CONECT) to modernize electronics, communication technology, computing, and avionics on the flight deck. CONECT improvements include software and hardware such as new computer servers, modems, radios, data links, receivers and digital workstations for the crew. One update is the ARC 210 Warrior software programmable radio that exceeds the limit of view that can transmit voice, data and information in flight between the B-52 and the Ground Command and Control Center, which allows the transmission and reception of data with intelligence, mapping information, and updated targeting. Target changes in the previous flight are required to copy coordinates. ARC 210 enables machine-to-machine data transfer, useful on long-lasting missions where targets may have moved before the arrival of the B-52. The aircraft will be able to receive information via Link 16. The increase in CONECT will cost $1.1 billion in total and take several years. Funding has been secured for 30 B-52. The Air Force hopes to increase 10 CONECT per year, but the tariff has not been decided yet. The weapons update includes the 1760 Internal Weapons Bay Upgrade (IWBU), which provides a 66% increase in weapon load using a digital interface (MILIS TD1760) and a rotary launcher. IWBU is estimated to cost around $313 million. The 1760 IWBU will allow the B-52 to carry 8 2,000-pound JDAM bombs, AGM-158B JASSM cruise missiles, and internal MAL JADM-160C feed missiles. The 1760 IWBU must be operational by October 2017. Two bombers will have the ability to carry 40 weapons instead of 36, which can be carried by 3 B-52s. The 1760 IWBU allows missiles or precision-guided bombs to be deployed from within the weapon chamber. The aircraft previously carried this ammunition externally on hard wings. This increases the number of guided weapons the B-52 can carry and reduces the need for guided bombs to be carried on the wings. The first phase will allow the B-52 to carry 24 JDAM bombs guided by 500 pounds or 22,000 pounds of JDAM, with the next phase accommodating JASSM and MALD missile families. In addition to carrying more smart bombs, moving it internally from the wing reduces drag and reduces fuel consumption by 15%. Air Force scientists work to arm the B-52 with defensive laser weapons capable of burning air-to-air, surface-to-air missiles.